I'm Andrea. I am the lead project manager and CEO at WP Sesame, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about what you can expect when you hire my company to develop your website project for you. I have been developing WordPress websites for over 10 years, and during that time I have been involved in the launching and the development of hundreds of WordPress websites. And while each was different from the next, they nevertheless had enough similarities to the project development timeline that I was able to develop a comprehensive and logical approach to project development that is unique to WordPress websites. And what we do is we break your project down into 4 measurable, comprehensive milestones, 4 phases, as it were. And what this allows us to do is to ensure that every aspect of the development process is covered, and that we do everything we need to do for you, and that you're happy with each phase and aspect of the website. And it also allows you to see where in the development process your project currently is. It allows you to keep your finger on the pulse of your project, and also to know what comes next. And so at any time you can be very plugged in to the development process, and allows us to clearly communicate and meet your expectations. And what we do is we develop your website using 4 measurable milestones. The first milestone is the back end phase, the second milestone is the front end phase, the third milestone is the population phase, and the fourth and final milestone is the feedback and launch phase. So the first, I'm about to get into what all those entail. The first milestone is the back end phase, and that is typically where we install WordPress on your server. We just start from scratch. Now if you have an existing WordPress website, or if you've already installed WordPress on your server, then we just go in and we ensure that you have the most up-to-date version of it. We look through your plugins, your existing plugins, and we update those. We ensure that all of those plugins are meeting your online business goals, and they all need to be there. And we also implement our own toolbox of plugins that enhance the security and the functionality and the search engine readiness of your website. That typically entails an editorial calendar if you have a blog, Google Analytics fully configured on your site, enhanced security features. We do a security audit of every website before we start working on it. Online security is of utmost importance when developing a WordPress website. And then we also implement a couple of other tools that allow you to enhance the search engine readiness of all your content. At this point also, if you have any additional functionality that your site needs, such as e-commerce or a booking catalog, booking system, or event calendar, or any other out-of-the-box functionality that your site requires, that is typically folded into phase 1 of all your milestones as well. Now, if you have a custom script that you're having us build out, if you have a specific functionality that you're having us custom create for your site, we may add a second milestone after the back-end phase to really focus and zero in on that milestone and ensure that it works exactly as you need it to. But for the vast majority of the websites that we build, the back-end phase is comprehensive enough to cover all of that. That is phase 1. Phase 2 is the front-end phase, and that is where we decide what your site's going to look like. Now, we can do that in one of 2 approaches. We can either custom design a theme and layout for you, either based on our discussions during the project development, or based on a mock-up that you've done or that you've had a graphic designer do, or based on some type of wireframe that you've put together for us. However you feel comfortable communicating that with us, we can work with it. Or we can also consult with you to choose a commercially developed theme from any of the very high quality theme marketplaces, such as ThemeForest, or that would be Envato, or Elegant Theme, or there's quite a lot of other professional commercial theme developers out there, and we are happy to consult with you and to help you whittle down your choices and pick out what is going to best serve your business's personality and brand and business objectives. And that implementing that and installing that and making sure that all of the plugins and necessary things that it needs are put in, that is phase 2. Phase 3 is the population phase, and this is the part of the project where we populate all your content. We create all of your pages. If you have an online catalog, we put in all your products and your product descriptions. We put in your logo. We change the colors of the theme to match your branding, and just ensure that that all of the content that you need for your site, this is really where the site starts to come together and starts to come alive. You really start to see what the site is going to look like, and really start to see it take on your company's individual personality. And that is the population phase at that point. And the fourth and the final milestone is the feedback and launch phase. And this is where we tell our clients to do up to 3 rounds of detailed revisions and testing. And what we do is we ask our clients to go through the entire site and just make checklists of things that they want us to change, any changes, any additions, any typos that they found, any type of, that we ask them to test any registrations, test the checkout of the checkout process, the user flow, any type of revision or feedback that they have about the project. That is where it gets conveyed to us, and we do up to 3 rounds of that, and that is to ensure that your site is a site that you're absolutely crazy about. We are not in the business of developing websites that you are okay with, or that you can live with, or that you can settle for. We want to develop a site that is picture perfect, that is exactly exceeds your expectations, and that you are just absolutely love it. And this is where that happens, is we go through and we really polish it, and we meet your exact specifications. Once we've done that, we do that up to 3 rounds, and I say up to because we've had clients that after the first or the second round, they think, okay, it's perfect as is, we don't need to tinker with it anymore. But just in case, we do provide that 3rd round of revisions, just to ensure that it is exactly what you want. And then we go live with the site, and at that point, the project is done. But that doesn't mean that we disappear. I have been in business for over 15 years, and most of my clients have been with me for years. Most of my clients tend to stick around. They tend to either keep in touch, either via social media, or they hire us to develop new sites or to build out their site as their business scales. We are in the business of developing really strong, mutually beneficial business relationships where we want you to feel like you can call on us for anything you need in the web development space. And so as your lead project manager, you will find that I am very accessible. You can reach me by phone, by email, by text, by Skype, whatever you're comfortable with. I'm pretty accessible. I love to hear from my clients. If you get stuck at any point in time, post-launch, we will provide you a comprehensive site management documentation that will explain to you in very plain English how to get from point A to point B on the back end of your site, so that you can maintain the content of your website going forward as much as you'd like to. But of course, you can always call on us for anything you need. So I just wanted to let you guys know what you can expect when you hire WP Sesame to develop your website project. And hopefully this has given you a pretty good idea of what it's like to work with us, and how thorough we are, and what a personal investment we make in ensuring the success of every project. I would love to talk to you about your project. I offer a free 15 to 30 minute, no obligation consultation about your project. So at any point in time that's convenient for you. So if you would like to speak to me about your project or see if we are a good fit for it, by all means, just fill out the form right below this and tell us a little bit about what it is you need, what you're looking for, anything that you think that might help us to know, and we will set up a time to chat. And I look forward to speaking with you, and I sincerely want to thank you for your interest in our services. Hopefully we can work together in the near future. Bye-bye.